Thanks. What was that, Letterman?
Yeah.
What song was that?
Couldn't tell you.
That sounds like an old one.
Sounded like Life is a Rock, but the radio...
What?
Sounded like Life is a Rock, but the radio rolled me, but I don't think that's
I see. See how you keep talking, Fred, even though I have the mic off? And then, and then like, I have to go, what? And
because I assume that when you say it, the thing came up, so...
No, when the mic comes back on, you got to start again.
Okay.
Can he hear? I have problems.
I always think he's not wearing headphones.
I truly have a hard time hearing sometimes. Like, I'm on right now, right? And I can't
How
tell.
can you not know?
I can't tell through these headphones. It sounds so soft to me. And
well, then why don't you get a new pair of headphoons or talk to someone about it?
Don't you have a volume?
You don't know when you're on?
I have a volume. It just doesn't sound like I'm on.
Well, Fred, come on, huh?
What can I say?
Well, now it's time to figure it out.
I understand why you crank your mic.
Right.
Because it's like the board sounds...
Chairs. What is this, Stuttering John? I'm busy.
I know. That was Orange Overkill they were playing.
What?
That was Orange
Overkill? Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Cool. You're cool.
I saw it. All
right, thank you. Yeah. Everybody just gets in here and gets on mic. There's hardly room for me. I can't get out a full sentence without an interruption in this show anymore. How could you wait 12 years to say your headphones are too low?
I finally figured it out for him. I was looking at him for the last couple of weeks, and I said, I don't think Freddie can hear. And I finally decided to say it out loud.
I've said it actually many times.
Why don't you raise the gain? Can I get some gain? Why don't you raise the gain in your headphones, dude?
I don't need the gain because I'm that good.
Well, I think you do need it.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Just a little problem we're working
we ought to do a test.
Now, I don't want to talk about Fred anymore. I have, things I want to talk about. I have content that I want to get to. I find that other shows have content. I want content. I don't want to talk about Fred for an hour. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back with content right after these words. Very good. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Well, yesterday I was talking about, the Republicans winning everything. Let me be political for 2 seconds here because it's kind of funny. This is kind of funny. The guy who's been going around town screaming, this Newt Gingrich. We brought this up on the air yesterday. Now everyone's writing about it. Thank God. So I have some facts here behind me.
Our research team finally pulled it together.
Yeah, the newspaper guys finally pulled it together. This guy Newt Gingrich, whatever. He's going around now acting like the president. Because the Republicans won a majority in the House and the Senate. And they're treating him like he's the president. Everything he says now is the law almost.
Well, that's what we'll be focusing on. I don't know that the president's dictating policy anymore.
Yeah. It's like Newt is the new guy. And Newt is a guy at least Bob Dole I heard of for a while. He's got some credibility. You've heard about him for a while. Newt just came out of nowhere. He's a congressman from Atlanta, from Georgia. And, all of a sudden, it's like I have a new president because people voted Republican. All the years the Democrats control the House, I never saw a guy who run around being like the president.
You didn't know any Democrats but the president.
I know. It's really weird. So I said, I started to look into this guy, and I thought some of the things he was saying on the economy had, made some sense. Sounded like, like Reaganism, Bushism, let's cut big government spending. Let's, I'm always for that. Anytime you can cut a budget, I'm for it. I like that. I like to hear that people are thinking about cutting some of the bureaucracy. But then you hear the guy, right away he slips into this crap about abortions and women shouldn't get abortions. And then he starts screeching about school prayer. And you go, oh, boy, a religious nut. Then you find out this man of moral virtues and he's a big family values guy.
Family values,
screaming about the families have to stay together. Today in the paper, they call him deadbeat dad who left sick wife. This is family values.
He needs to be legislated.
Listen to this. This is by Michael Daly. Thanks, Michael, for doing this research for us, because, quite frankly, we're too busy to be doing this.
You had nothing to do.
The elections were days away, and Newt Gingrich was out trumpeting family values when the wife he had deserted years ago flew into New York. He had left her nearly destitute when she was deathly ill with cancer. She had uterine cancer.
Well, you don't need her anymore.
But she has survived to build a new life from rubble. Jackie Gingrich, whatever her name is, Gingrich. Jackie the Joke Man Gingrich. Do you know how he met his wife?
How?
Did you read this?
No, I haven't had a chance to yet.
The first wife, he was in high school.
Yeah.
It was his math teacher. She was 7 years older than him, and she was the hot math teacher in high school.
Are you kidding?
Hey, can you hit me?
But let me make sure I got this right. Because, I read it while Ralph was blowing my hair.
Let me check your
No,
facts.
it's all right. Let me read it to you. You tell me if I'm right. All right, she didn't age well. Let's come on, let's be kind.
Hey, she was 7 years older in the beginning.
All right.
No, she's 7 years older than everybody.
All right. Here it is. Jackie Gingrich had too much to do and see to speak her. She's in New York. She's visiting, so they're interviewing her, right? Never mind the fact that she had come out of her third cancer operation to see Newt stride into the hospital to discuss the divorce settlement.
Talk about timing.
Or that she became the first congressman's wife to be left in such dire straits that her church took up a collection. Or that she had been forced to file court papers saying that Newt had refused to voluntarily provide reasonable support for herself and their 2 teenage daughters.
You know what I have to ask? Why are these things coming out after the guy gets into power?
I don't know.
Why is it that these guys can run and run and run and gain political power and run on family values platforms and nobody brings it up?
Evidently, this had come out during one of his congressional elections, and he only won by 51%. He almost lost the entire election over, but the people of Georgia voted him in. Listen to this. Or the fact that Newt had failed to pay alimony on a timely basis. Well, anyway, here's the story of how they met. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Jackie was Jackie the wife.
Yeah.
Not Jackie the Joke Man. Jackie was a fledgling teacher when one of the bright young faces turned out to be a teenage Newt Gingrich. He told classmates that he someday would date this pretty woman 7 years his senior, and not long after he graduated, a knock came at her door. Okay?
Oh, so he graduated from high school at least before he started.
Yeah. He knocked on her door and said, "I'm here." "Hello, baby."
And she said, "Well, come right in."
Newt put on his now famous charm to work, and he got that date. They were married the following June, and they had 2 small children when the Vietnam War was at its bloodiest. He later said he did not enlist because he could not just leave the wife and kids. He could leave them now, though.
Yeah, when she's got cancer, he can leave.
In 1978, when Newt ran for Congress, he seemed likely to lose when he learned that the woman running against him intended to leave her family in Georgia while she commuted to Washington. So he printed up leaflets saying, "When I get elected, my family will not disband." He gets to Washington after he wins. Boom. 10 months later, out and see with the wife. During the campaign, Jackie fell ill with uterine cancer. This is the guy running around now talking about how families have to stick together.
This is typical. I mean, she wasn't really a woman anymore. Her uterus was
Yeah, right.
diseased.
Hey, you've got a cancerous uterus. What am I going to do with it?
Let's see it.
They got a picture of her, too, that you got to see. Did you see? This is the first wife.
I know. She looks like Newt now.
Does a guy have to stay with a woman if she starts looking like that?
Hey, you don't marry a woman 7 years older and say you're supposed to stay together.
I guess I can't blame the guy. I mean, come on.
Look, it's one thing, but
what are you supposed to do if you're not attracted anymore?
But you know what the point is? Don't tell other people how to live their lives.
Right. Now you hit it. Now you finally said something.
Don't tell other people how to live their lives. You're making such a mess of your own.
Now you finally said something twice. Why don't you say it a third time? Hey, is your microphone working, Jackie? Give me a testing.
Hello?
No, you're out. Everything is touched. Everything is touched as I leave this studio every day. You come in and you never know what's going to be.
1, 2.
Check that plug.
We'll work on it during the commercial, Fred, okay? I don't think this is the time. Fred's going to have him check everything.
Just figured a quick little wiggle.
Fred, why don't you just give your microphone to Jackie?
Okay.
I don't have to hear you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Anyway, so there is the guy who is going around screaming.
School prayer.
School prayer.
No abortion.
He's right. We need school prayer, so before you pick up your teacher and marry her and then dump her.
Maybe you would think of it first.
Yeah, maybe you'll pray to God. What a hypocrite. These guys are all hypocrites.
I love it because the rules should not apply to them.
And you gotta
sit around and say, you know what? I can do this, but the rest of the world can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Newt Gingrich, and I don't even know Newt, but I wouldn't mind. It's just when I was watching him on TV, it really rubbed me the wrong way when he started in with the school prayer, and then I heard about the abortions. I said, you know, it wouldn't bother me if a guy like that came on TV and said, look, I have a good economic plan. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should cut our staffs by a third. None of that bothers me. Hey, he left his wife, whatever the circumstances were, he wasn't attracted to her anymore, whatever it was, okay? And maybe
you never know, maybe she was a rotten wife.
Right.
You can't tell.
Yeah, and maybe he was tactless and, and he was tacky that he went in and asked her for divorce while she was, recovering from uterine cancer. I don't know. I don't know the circumstances, and I don't say that that's a man of high moral fiber. But as Robin just said, don't sit and talk to me about how I should have to pray in school. I mean, obviously it didn't help Newt.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of prayer. Didn't help him.
If this is what praying gets you, I think I'll take a side.
I'll take a pass.
Pass me by.
Yeah, just don't. I don't mind that. Steven Seagal is leaving Kelly LeBrock because he's not telling me how to live.
That's right.
He just does karate, punches people in the head. That's okay with me.
He doesn't want to run my life.
Right. But this guy, Newt Gingrich. Now this is all they're writing about him. Here's an article from USA Today. I read that Representative Newt Gingrich of Georgia asked his wife for a divorce while she was suffering from cancer. Is that true? It's one of those question and answer columns.
You know what?
This is one of those question and answer columns where the writer usually writes all the questions. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, nobody's really writing to that person.
In 1980, 18 months after winning his first congressional election as a man who emphasized family values, the conservative Republican filed for divorce from Jacqueline Gingrich, his former high school math teacher and wife of 18 years. While they were separated, she underwent her second operation for cancer. According to published reports, Gingrich visited his wife in the hospital to discuss the terms of their pending divorce. Evidently, his two kids said, can't you go visit Mom in the hospital? And he says, all right. And he came strolling into the hospital with a yellow legal pad and pens so he could work out the details of the divorce.
Well, he's the kind of guy who doesn't like to waste time. Send him here.
Hey, come on, let's do some legal work. Legal pads. I've got legal pads. Let's do some legal work.
Yeah, she's thinking about dying.
Jacqueline, now 58, sued Newt, 51, last year for failing to pay his $1,300 monthly alimony on a timely basis, along with premiums on a life insurance policy.
Did she win?
Let's see. Meanwhile, Gingrich in 1981 had married the former Marianne Ginther, 42. He finally settled the lawsuit by agreeing to give Jacqueline the first $100,000 coverage in his life insurance policy. So she got whatever it is she was looking for.
But you know what? Now that it's come out and this has become big news, those people on Meet the Press can ask the question.
Yeah. He'll have to hide his head in shame.
He'll have to shut his big trap.
I told you, if this guy, now that he's got some powers, keeps screaming about abortions, nothing scares people more. I don't care if they're from the Deep South or anything. Deep South especially. This religious thing is what got Bush thrown out. I'm convinced of that. If he keeps screaming about moral majority, birth control, and all this school prayer, the Republicans will lose every seat that they won.
I hope you're right.
I know it.
It's very scary when you see those reports on the news about this new religious right.
Well, the Republicans always shoot themselves in the foot. Every time they get a stronghold, every time they get, they
get into power.
They win the presidency or they win some congressional seats. Right away, they start screaming. And this is the party that says we want less government. Why would you advocate then more government in people's private lives? Everybody always screws up.
But the point is, somehow they feel beholden to this group of wackos.
I know.
Who want to regulate all this stuff, abortion and school prayer.
And they're reading it all wrong. The mood of the country right now is very conservative. A lot of people want to embrace the Republican Party, but can't because of these issues. They feel very alienated from them because of these two issues. It's like you could almost buy into the whole Republican point of view. Yeah, okay, less government spending. The whole thing. It's really become a buzzword. With Republicans and cutting the deficit. But as soon as you start getting into it, you start hearing about abortions and junk, and you go, forget it.
Well, remember what happened after the Reagan Revolution? All of a sudden, people like Jerry Falwell and Pat Roberts started screaming about a Christian country.
Yeah.
And then everybody got scared.
Everybody got scared. Christians got scared.
What?
Anyway, so there it is. I like that. I like that this morning.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Very interesting Newt's old background there.
Yeah, I thought I'd share that with all of you.
Marrying the teacher and everything.
Yeah, married his high school teacher, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, she got a little ratty looking, they dumped her.
Yeah.
Read the quote, the great quote.
What was the quote?
It was like a noise.
I can't hear you because there is no... Grab that microphone, please. He's going to keep talking into it no matter what.
He can't hear either.
I thought it had gone on.
Yeah, went on.
It was like annoying pain in your neck. That
Do you hear your microphone now?
Yes, I do.
That's on.
Sometimes you keep our levels low, so it's not always easy.
All right, go ahead.
As much as I hate to side with Fred. No.
Yeah, keep siding with Fred. That's the side of normalcy. Go ahead.
That's another argument. No, it says right here on the same page, next to that beautiful picture, it says it was like annoying pain in your neck that you couldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
He said of his ex-wife. Oof. And the name of his book, did you read the name of his book? That's great, too. Window of Opportunity.
Yeah.
The one I'm climbing out of.
Right.
Yeah. That's the guy who's going to tell you can't have an abortion. Sure. Thanks, Newt.
No, you don't need an abortion when you're Newt Gingrich. You just leave.
Yeah. Leave her and then get someone else.
Right. You don't need an abortion.
And you don't even have to pay for the kid.
That's right. You left them all.
Scuzzball.
No wonder he's anti-abortion. Never bothered him.
He's the worst. You're on the air.
Yeah, I want to talk to Howard.
Yes, you're on the air. Why when I say you're on the air, no one believes me? Why would I say you're on the air?
I'm not on the air yet.
Oh, you bastard. You skeevy bastard.
I don't know how many times they have to hear it happen.
That rat-jap bastard.
I'm not on the air yet.
Because they sit and listen to their radios and still have not figured out that we're on a delay.
And they got to be on the air before they start talking. They got something so important to say.
Yeah, well, that's when I hang up. Miami, you're on the air. Welcome to Miami Beach, Florida. What's the temperature there today?
It's raining.
Good morning.
It's raining in Florida?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I was there before I came.
What, did you astral project? How did you know it was raining in Florida?
Because they have a big storm down there, Tropical Storm Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
Pouring rain.
Oh, well.
Unbelievable.
Very warm here. I don't know what's going on today. Every morning I wake up here in New York, it's another surprise. That's why I get sick all the time. Every morning I walk out with my winter coat at 4 o'clock in the morning because it's freezing at 4 o'clock in the morning. This morning it's like summertime. I'm running around in a winter coat. And then I can't go back into the house and wake everyone up and start shuffling through the... So I just walk out of my winter coat.
Yeah, you keep it all day.
I keep it all... I walk around. Sometimes it's 70 degrees here. I'm walking around in a winter coat.
Don't you feel like a bag person sometimes? You walk out at summertime and you've got a big heavy coat on.
And I go nuts, too, because I got to carry in 30 bags back and forth. I've always got my lunch. I've got my work bag. I've got tapes. I've got all kinds of stuff. I walk around like a bag lady. And then I walk out of here. I've got 47 bags.
And you've got the wrong coat on.
Yeah, and 3 interns have to carry down all the bags with me. And then I got to get the bags into the house. It's a whole ordeal every day. Why can't I just go to work walking free?
Why isn't life simple?
Yeah. So I set up a thing. Just listen. I'm telling you about my life. Do other people go to work like this where they have 17 bags?
I see people walking down the street. They don't seem so encumbered.
I know. They all have hands free. I spoke with Judith Regan the other day. She's walking down, I guess it was 5th Avenue on a cellular phone talking to me. I don't have a hand free to talk on the phone.
You need a headset.
I need a microchip in my head. Just her and that beautiful ass and that microphone she talks into. So, I don't know. It drives me crazy. So, I got really annoyed that I have to carry all these bags to work.
Yeah.
Because I used to have I hired Ganji
to carry
come to my house, pack everything up. He had a car every day. He drove in, and he would carry bags in. That's what was useful about him. So now he decides he don't want to drive in anymore. So, okay, he hasn't been driving in, so I carry the bags back and forth. So finally...
You got the bags back.
So finally, I say to him last week, hey, fatso, I tell you what I'll do. Once a week, you'll drive into work. I'll pay for your parking. Whatever you need.
And you'll tow.
So he says to me, what about my tolls and what about the wear and tear on my car?
Oh, no.
I said, you know what? I don't want your help anymore. I don't need... Do you believe this? I said, what are you, a corporation?
Did he say that when he goes out on a date? What about the wear and tear on my car?
This is a guy, nobody's ever offered him a job in the world. I felt bad for him. I got him a camera job with the E-Network. I asked him to do me a favor. I said, here, I'll pay for your parking. What do I don't want him to shell out of his pocket. I think I'm being reasonable. Where's the wear and tear on my car? Wear and tear on your... Why didn't you tell your dad about the wear and tear on your car?
He's amazing.
What a little nitwit.
So he stopped driving, really, because he didn't like the wear and tear on his car?
No, I told Laura, my assistant, that Ganji is out of favor with me.
Uh-huh.
That Ganji no longer... I said, I don't want his help. I don't want him... Don't take back the offer. And plus, I pay him, if he drives in or something. I'll give him for an hour or something, another hour's fee or something, whatever it is. And I will not...
Where has this whole conversation been taking place?
Oh, where is it? You don't know where it took place?
No.
It didn't take place at my house?
I don't remember this conversation.
Laura didn't sit down with you and say, we want you to drive him once a week with your car?
Yeah, I said, I'll think about it. And I
You're going to get back to me on it? I don't want your help. I don't want your help. I don't need it. I don't want it.
The reason I'm not driving in...
Mr. Eager Beaver.
Mr. Eager Beaver. I gave him a job with E, so with work the stupid camera. He thinks he's a cameraman now.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a professional television personality.
Can I defend myself?
Where's that 10-year-old? I'd love to give him the job.
I hear him.
There's a lot of reasons I don't drive in, and that's why
You make Jackie look like a team player.
Howard.
Yeah.
We have a tornado watch here.
Good. Okay, we're getting constant weather bulletins from Miami while I yell at
Stay right there
Ganji.
and tell us everything
Howard.
that's happening.
Yeah. What happened now?
I saw Fred's movie yesterday.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
It's a thriller whodunit comedy.
Is this Melrose Larry Green?
Has to be.
Oh, it is.
Don't worry. Don't disconnect me, Howard.
Oh,
Don't disconnect me.
Melrose, I'm in the middle of yelling at... and Melrose, you're a little punk. I am not your friend anymore.
Why?
You're off the show. You're not in my books anymore. You're not going to be in the movie. You're not anything. I had a part even written in for you in the movie.
What happened?
Oh, you know what happened. I see the letters you write.
That letter was from the heart.
Don't write letters if you don't mean it. And don't go around holding up signs about Woody Allen and telling people that you're no longer my friend.
I used your name in that interview. They didn't play that part.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Howard.
What?
Don't be mad at me. I sat next to Richie. I sat next to Cousin Richie at the movie.
Well, I don't know.
Can I say hi to the ice sculptress?
Melrose?
Howard, let's talk it out.
There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, Howard.
You're my ex-friend.
I got a tornado watch here, Howard.
He's going to cry.
Howard, no, listen, Howard, you're great.
There's already enough water there.
Enough about me. Fred's movie is great. It's playing again today.
All right, go see it again.
It's at 2 o'clock at the Coral Ridge AMC, and John Randolph was there.
Now I know you're mental. You're sitting and watching Fred's movie over and over.
It's a great movie.
He started giving it boffo reviews. I knew it was Melrose.
You know what's funny, Robin? I said, boy, maybe Fred's in a good movie. And all of a sudden, when you said Melrose, I went, oh, of course, Melrose is kissing Fred's ass.
Howard, don't cut me off.
I saw the movie. It didn't deserve these kind of kudos. So I had to figure something was behind
Melrose.
it.
Meanwhile, the whole theater emptied out. Melrose was sitting there.
Howard, about my note?
I read it. Don't think I don't read your ramblings of a mental patient.
No, can I just say one thing, Howard? When you get on the Howard Stern show, it's the biggest ego trip in the world.
All right, Melrose, I have to go now.
All right, and thank you, Howard.
What?
There's enough nuts in New York that everybody's used to them, and cab drivers never talk to anybody about anything. And me and John got in a cab the other day, and Melrose was on the corner in the cab. He turned to us and said, he's crazy.
Yeah. You are crazy.
I'm not crazy.
No, he's out in front of, live at 5 now. They have they use the same set as the Today Show.
Yeah.
So Melrose was out there the other day. Dan told me. Melrose was out there the other day with signs about Woody Allen. So Dan says, hey, what are you doing with signs about Woody Allen? Oh, Howard's a bastard. He doesn't let me on.
I didn't say that. Howard, I was going to buy my Howard Stern for Governor buttons, and I saw Woody Allen making a movie. I was walking to 9th Avenue.
So anyway, so he hangs up signs about Woody Allen in the window of Live at 5. And
I was at the Plaza Hotel. Mickey Rourke trashed the room, and they wanted people's opinions.
Right.
And I had a sign saying I met Woody Allen, and I told them I was buying.
What is it, Baba Booey?
No, you can't. You just can't talk to Larry because I told him like in the mornings he was driving all of us nuts. So I asked him, not to hang around so much and bother us. So then he would wait for me on the corner.
Morning, Gary.
And he would be like, "Okay, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to follow you." While he was bothering you and following you.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I got to go now. I'll be down the block if you need me, but I'm right down the block if you need me. I won't be here.
Well, then I even told when I come in the morning, Melrose would be out front inviting people over to come meet with me.
Is that
that's
right?
a lie.
And I said to Melrose, hey, can you do me a favor? Ronnie even spoke to him. He says, hey, Melrose, do us a favor, man.
My good
when
friend
Howard's
Ronnie.
coming in, can you just, mellow out a little bit, not attract a crowd at 4 in the morning?
We asked him to move a half a block, and he wigged out.
Yeah, he wigged out. You're a mental patient.
You guys are.
You want to be on Prozac.
I'm not on Prozac.
You should be.
I don't even know what. I never took any drugs in my entire life.
All right, I got to go.
All right, thank you for the call, Howard.
Thank you,
You
for...
called us.
Yeah.
The movie is...
Drooling loser. Anyway, Ganji, thanks for your help, but I don't need it. And you know what? You keep deluding yourself.
He decided he would think about this. You asked him to do something. He said, I'll think about it?
Yeah. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. That's like when I thought about it when he wanted a job with E.
Right. When he started complaining and whining that he wasn't getting anywhere.
Like I thought about it when he came to me and he said, I'm an intern. I don't want to go work for my father. Is there any work I could do for you at your house? Like I had to think about it. But I don't want your help. I'm telling you, if you said to me now, Howard, I want to drive in once a week, I still wouldn't. You do it with a bad attitude. Your attitude is getting worse and worse. I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
I don't remember.
Jackie just beamed him.
I'm watching you.
All right. You're watching me, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I don't remember this conversation. First of all,
Laura didn't talk to you about this.
She asked me, and I said I'd think about it.
You're thinking about it.
Yeah. Why?
What are your thoughts?
What are you thinking about? What is there to think about? Either you're into it or you're not.
I think about driving in. I don't want you driving in. You know what? Stop using my car to drive in.
I know. I don't want you to drive in. I don't want your help.
Angie. He wasn't talking about it.
I don't want his help.
But I don't know.
So how much would you charge me for wear and tear on your car? What do you think? How much money would it cost me? What's the wear and tear? Get out of here.
Listen,
get out now before I take your head and throw it through a window.
Hey, listen, I don't make that much money. I make very little money.
I got to hear what's in his head.
You shouldn't be making any money.
Why?
I'm paying you now for everything you used to do for free. I could have still had you do it for free.
So get somebody for free to do it.
Okay.
Get somebody for free.
You're gone.
Get somebody for free.
You're resigning? Are you resigning?
Let's see you get somebody for free.
All right.
We can't keep an intern here for a week to do anything.
Let me get somebody for free to work that camera and do some work at my house? Okay.
Yeah.
You're on.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how long they last. I want to see how long they last.
You're fired.
Okay, good.
You can leave now. You can pack up and there won't be any wear and tear on your car or anything.
Okay, good.
How do you keep hiring people who scream at you?
I don't know. I get idiots.
He starts screaming.
I know. It's unbelievable. He's an intern. And I try to rustle him up some money.
And they all threaten you.
Basil, will you do it? You'll do it for free? Well, here it is. I got somebody for free.
Oh, no.
What? None of the microphones work.
You got 2 for free. Chris, the other intern, said...
Will you be happy to do it?
He'd be crazy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, but you want
okay, then you have the job. Danger, you're no longer needed. Okay. I have 2 gentlemen who can fill your spot. You're no longer needed. Goodbye.
All right.
Go home and good luck in your television career.
Okay.
Look who's going to be at your house.
Yeah, Basil. I like Basil.
I got a car.
Do you have a car?
And you'll drive it, huh?
Okay, fine.
He's got a truck.
You got a truck?
I got a 94 Nissan Pathfinder.
So you can pack a lot of stuff into that truck.
Firewood.
Go see if you can find somebody. He threatens me.
Howard,
threatening me. By the way, I'll pay you, too. You don't have to do it for free.
Oh, man.
We'll pay you. I got a great salary for you out of E, and I'll supplement you with dollars.
This semester.
Then you're set. And good, Gagey, I'm sure now that you've had so much experience, you're in demand. Yeah. All right, Basil, the job is yours. Gagey, you're done. You're done with me.
Gagey really doesn't realize how out of control. I can understand gas, maybe tolls, but wear and tear on the car?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you evaluate that?
I don't know.
He's going to think about it.
Maybe I should buy him a company car.
I said, we'll put a little extra in because I have to put up for oil changes. I don't have any free money, Gary. Where the hell
you're coming in, but you're coming in for work.
I'm not taking.
But you're coming in for work.
Your father's going to give you money. My father's not going to give me jack.
Let me ask you a question. But you're going to change your oil when you get to a certain point anyway, right? Do you think that this little 1 week...
It makes it more frequent.
You 1 day a week, Angie.
It's a 15-mile drive. You sound like an idiot. Hey, Gary, let me ask you something. He's got to get into work anyway, right? Right, granted. Granted, he can come in by train. But he's still got to get into work. So I'm saying to him, hey, drive your car in 1 day a week. I'll take care of the parking. Which is a convenience. No, you weren't. Which will take care of... You didn't have the right answer. Which will take care of, it's a nicer time to drive into work than to take the train.
I'll tell you right now, the trade-off is, you got to admit that taking the train is a big pain in the ass, and that driving's a lot easier. So there's your trade-off right there for your wear and tear.
So I'm making his commute a little easier. I'm saying, hey, once a week, take the car in. If you have anything to bring in, or if my stuff to bring in, you bring in your stuff.
You get to
so then he hits me with
a little later because you don't have to run for the train.
Then he hits me with wear and tear, right?
He's amazing.
I'm sorry?
It's a dream job.
Of course it is.
I come in here every day.
You come in for free.
I come in for free. I said, boy, the only thing I would want is someone to pay the tolls. And you even do that.
Right.
That's it. That's all you need.
Listen.
No, he doesn't want to pay the tolls. You just heard him say it. He wants to pay for parking. That's it.
That's all you need.
You want the tolls? I'll give you the tolls. I pay.
$3.
You gotta understand something. I also pay him for the time it takes him to get back and forth.
No, you pay travel time?
Of course. He charges me every time he gets in the car. When you're at my house and I say to you, Ganji, can you bring something over somewhere? You say, okay, and you charge me for the hour. I don't mind that he charges me for it.
You're on the clock.
He's on the clock.
No, that was never discussed. I never said that I was going to be charging for time to...
Ganji, let me tell you something. You came to me when you had nothing.
Right.
Let's face it, you would work for free for 3 years.
Right.
I felt bad for you. I felt bad for you.
Loyally,
I dreamt up a little something for you to do at the house. I could get somebody else to do that at the house. I dreamt up something for you. Then I felt bad for you because you kept whining. You can't get a job in radio because you don't have a voice.
Right.
And then you kept whining.
I wasn't whining.
Then you kept whining. You're whining every day.
You mistake whining for asking for advice.
Could I ask? Oh, whining isn't advice. You were begging me, and then he goes, "What can I do?" So then I call up the program director at WRNW in Westchester, the station I started. I said, "Hey, listen, can you do this guy a favor? He's very loyal. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you.
Dog, yeah.
He's like a dog. He'll show up." I said, "If you got even an overnight slot that nobody wants, take a listen to his tape." And look, he got rejected. Okay, from a $4 an hour job. It was a $4 an hour job. He rejected.
Yeah, a job anybody can get.
A job that. Jackie has no voice left that he could get that job. All right? Because you guys can stay in here. Tell him. Don't leave. Bring him back to reality. He's the same as you, except he gets paid because I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's just the type of job that you might think it's beneath you. And I don't know, working a camera might have done that to you, but for guys like me and Basil, you know.
And you're not that. And Chris and Basil are not that far removed from you, Ganji. Ganji, smack yourself 2 times right now on camera. Just smack yourself as hard as you can with your own hand. There you go. That's it. Hand that camera to Basil. Today you work the camera. Tomorrow you work the camera, Chris. That's your treat. You guys work the camera.
Why do you keep throwing jobs away, Ganji?
Because he's a dope. I'm the only one offering him jobs.
In broadcasting. He's done everything he can to keep you in broadcasting.
So, Robin.
And you keep throwing the jobs back at him.
So, Robin, listen to this. So then he says to me, he's at my house, he's whining, he can't get into, he decides, okay, I'm not for radio, because he got rejected from one job.
Okay.
So he says to me, I'm in TV now. I go, oh, you're in TV? When did you make the switch? I said, you should have done an internship in TV. Why'd you waste all this time in radio? I wasn't thinking. So I go, okay.
At least he knows.
I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you, Ganji. Because you wasted all that time volunteering here for 3 years for a career that you have no interest in now.
Yeah.
I'm going to set you up. I'm going to talk to Fran Shea of the E-Network. I'm going to ask if there's some things around, because I like you.
So now he's got a paid internship.
So listen to this. I call up Fran. Fran's like, he seems like a nice guy. What does he do? I said, he does nothing. I said, where is a job that we could pay him for doing nothing? She says, the only job I can think of is, if you know how when you hold your camera and you take pictures of your kids? I go, yeah. I got a job like that for him. Because in the hall, we roam with a camera.
Right.
I said, I think he could do that. She goes, do you think he can operate a camera? I said, I don't know. I said, is it a professional camera? She goes, no, like the thing you work at home. I said, I guess he could learn that. Radio's down, TV down. I guess movies are next for you, huh? He's Spielberg.
Ganji.
You know, TV didn't work out. I'm thinking of going into film work. Give myself my Oscar. So I said to myself, okay, I'm a good guy. I said, I'm really not interested in him being in TV, but if the guy wants it so bad, I'll get it for him. I get him the job. But I said, you know, hey, also work at my house. Next thing I know, he's not driving in anymore. He's acting with a bad attitude because
he doesn't want to work at the house.
Well, now he's got the job in television.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm paying him. The job in television pays a good salary, but it doesn't pay him enough that he could live. I say, here, you come out to my house, I'll pay you some more money. Help me out. I got phones ringing. I got a lot of things going on. Okay. Where's this guy's?
What do you want?
So then I say to him, hey, you know what? I got all these packages and stuff. Drive in once a week, and I'll pay for parking. What about wear and tear on my car and tolls? Okay. What do I got to pay for that? I don't even mind if he says that. He says, I'll do it. Then he says, what about wear and tear on my car? What about tolls? And I'll think about it for a week.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it for a week. The weekend.
I haven't heard about it.
Tell me about it.
But what's the
Sorry, Basil. I should have approached you or Chris first.
What is to think about? I still don't understand what is the big thought process he has to go through.
I don't know what he's thinking. What do you think? Why do you need time to think when I ask you to do something? What are you thinking about? What is it? Why? What is it? Is it a big life decision for you?
Sure. I don't know. I just don't like to rush into decisions. I want a little time to think.
Ganji.
Think about it. I can see if it was marriage. I can't see if it's...
You know...
he needs time to think. It's a job.
And not only that, you're trying to impress your boss. You know this guy's going to go places. He could take you with him if he likes you.
He's gone as far as he's going with me.
But that's why.
That's
because
exactly why.
Saying no, and I got to think about it.
I got to start developing one of the other guys.
I never say no.
I got to develop Basil or Chris or Stuttering Vic.
I've done so much over the years.
Ralph, I'll tell you something. You know who you could learn from, Ganji? I'll tell you who you could learn from. Ralph. I'll tell you why. Everyone goofs on Ralph in this now. I'll tell you why I rely on Ralph and why he works on every one of my projects. I'll tell you why. Because when it comes to me, the guy thinks about me 24 hours a day. Listen, the only guy Ralph really works for, Ralph gets a couple of jobs once in a while. I don't know how, but he basically, he works for me full time. He does makeup for me on the TV. If I do a Letterman shot, he buys the clothes all year round. And he is, I'll call up Ralph. I'll go, Ralph, I got a problem. I got to get a gift for someone by tomorrow. Can you pick up so-and-so? No problem. I've never heard the guy say he's got a problem. Go ahead. Talk to him.
Go ahead, Ganji. Did I buy your gift for Gilbert Gottfried when you asked me to?
Ganji, that's not the question.
I ran out and bought it.
That's not the question. You did one thing.
No, wait. Example, and I just proved that I did the same exact thing.
No, I'm giving you one. I'm saying that it doesn't matter. If I said to Ralph, I need you to drive over to my house right now. He gets in that disgusting Jeep of his, and he drives over in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. No, Ralph, talk to him.
Let me prove that one wrong.
No, Ganji.
You needed to send me to your house about 2 weeks ago for something.
Right.
I grabbed it and took off, hightailed it out of here. I was there in plenty of time.
Of course. So when I say to you, drive in and take some packages
of things that I don't do, but I do.
But you didn't do this.
What the point is these little things. You don't say, "How am I getting paid by the 19 cents a mile or whatever?" Wear and tear. It's investments in your future. You're not thinking like that.
When you're there, you know what? The next thing that I had to do, I go, you know what? Hey, Ganji, he was there. He got the car. Hey, you know what?
Give him something else.
I've got a big project brewing right now. Big. It's so big that it's gonna blow you away, even my princess away.
I'll be blown away.
You'll be blown away. I have projects brewing all the time.
You're dumb.
And you're out of it. Ralph is on it. Chris is on it. Basil's going to be on it. I'll tell you who else. Everyone but Jackie and you. All right?
Let me just sum it up for you.
All right, there you go.
I got to sum it up for Ganji. Ganji, you are dumb. You don't know anything.
Even Jackie would tell you.
You don't have to see.
You know, Jackie's a big shot now. He's making a couple of bucks. But even in the beginning, Jackie had a good attitude. You got to have a good attitude.
And you don't. The operative word is yes.
Right.
Yes, boss.
Without question. I mean, don't you think if you prove yourself valuable in some way, he's going to find something else for you to do and something else? And you know, I didn't think that my job would end up as extensive as it is now. And is there one time when I said no to something?
That's how your job ended up extensive.
Yeah. Even if he calls Ralph and says, make me a tape of these records I like, Ralph does it.
No. I'll tell you what Ralph does. Ralph calls me and says, listen, Ralph calls me and says, I'm listening to some music now I think you would like. I'm going to go out, buy the CD for you. I'm not asking you to do that. Ralph's a little sick. But Ralph invents himself.
Yeah.
He sits and tapes Joe. This is a guy. Ralph said to me, boss, your nasal hairs are long. I'm going to cut them. And as bad a job as that is, now listen, there's nobody here who wants to do that job.
And you're complaining about driving in once a week.
I'm telling you, and Ralph stands there and cuts the hair out of my nose.
That's a little scary.
That's not easy.
But let me tell you something.
What?
I need him now to do that.
But
he's invaluable.
He found the best way to do it.
Yeah.
He experimented.
Right.
You create a position for yourself.
You know, even Jackie dragged his complaining ass in here for free for 3 years. Didn't ever
ask for wear and tear on the car. He asked for parking.
He did, and no one gave it to him. Remember? No one would give you parking. And he's a little more valuable than you.
Thank you.
You're hallucinating.
You have the wrong attitude about everything, and it's because of your privileged upbringing.
Yeah. He's had it too easy, and now
he's never worked.
He expects everything.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to run around with that camera, and they're either going to recognize him, give him $100,000 a year to go out and shoot auteur.
Well, you should hear him sit there and talk about how, he can't devote enough time to it because he's got to get out to your place because
my place is the only thing he's got to do.
On him, and you're just addicted to him somehow, and you can't live without him.
Ganji, do you want me to prove to you I can live without you? Let me ask you something.
Ganji, do you live on Long Island?
Yes.
How close do you live to Howard?
Get the microphone on him.
20 minutes.
We have one microphone in here. That's another thing that drives me nuts. That Tom Chiazzano should go through here early in the morning and check every piece of equipment.
This one doesn't work?
What?
Does this one work?
Talk into it.
Does this one work?
No, that one don't work either. Here, try it now.
Is it working? No.
Still no.
There it goes. There it goes.
No hurry, Scott.
Scott just stands back there. No hurry.
Another one.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know.
So my point is, he's right by your house. I mean, you could be doing a lot of things for him. He's 20 minutes from you. You can make yourself invaluable. You need something, you run over there and do it.
Kenji's very lazy.
You're not taking into account how lazy he is.
And it's not like you have like an old car that's going to fall apart and you got to get paid for it.
He's got a brand new car his father just bought him.
Like that party his parents threw for him was his retirement party.
You're right.
Kenji graduated at Delphi College, and his parents threw him a $5,000 or $6,000 party, like a wedding.
More than that.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was a retirement party. What is it?
Now the mic's working.
You know who's getting who's really burning up over this whole thing?
Who?
Really sitting in there doing a slow burn?
Grillo.
You know why?
I bet.
Because I'll tell you exactly why. He goes. I think Ganji's a nice guy and everything. He goes, but this really irritates me because Ganji's getting all the opportunities he doesn't even get a chance to get.
Well, you want to know something? Grillo's another one who really shouldn't open his mouth because
he can't even get lunch.
I know. Not only can't he get lunch, but I got to tell you something. I had Grillo come out to my house and help me. Don't block that camera.
How long ago?
It was during the book. I don't know. The kid was a nightmare. Oh. He could barely make it out there. There was always a problem. I mean, he wanted to deal with it. So he would have had a lot more opportunities. But I don't know. He's a psycho. There was always a problem.
Too much help
right? Wasn't there, Ganj? Wasn't there always a problem?
You happened to catch me in the middle of midterms.
Oh, hey, what do you want from me? Opportunity knocks. What do you want?
But yeah, every time I did something like that, it was like, well, school's first. Take care of that. So okay, I got finals and stuff and reports to take care of. I got to do a report. I got to stay in the
library. What do you want from me? I tried to use you. It was impossible. We had to throw you out of there. I tried.
But I did the work that was supposed to be done.
When you got there.
Right.
She can't even get me steamed rice. This has been going on for 3 days. I send this kid out. I said, Gorilla, I got to find something for you to do, right? So I said, Gorilla, you're in charge of my lunch. Now, here's what I'm going to... I mean, I know people listen to say, boy, Howard, you're awfully pampered. But let me tell you something. We have a lot of different projects going on, and really time is of the essence. I got a lot of things to juggle. So I said, okay, how do you get... I don't want to even waste time eating. I like to eat right while I'm working. I say, Gorilla, here's what I need you to do. Every day, all you got to do is find a steamed piece of chicken, steamed rice, and steamed broccoli. If you do that, you will be invaluable to me. I don't want you to do anything and keep your hair out of it. That's all I want you to do.
I would not. I did for one thing. I got you that food for a month. Okay, it's not my fault that the Chinese people that you got it from left some type of hair in it. That's not my fault.
I'm not blaming you.
Okay, fine.
So
now I have to go.
Now he has to go to a deli and find rice that is steamed. In other words, no butter, no oil. I want everything plain. No salt. So now he's been negotiating with the... You told them, but they don't understand you.
So that's not my...
How much you want to bet if I go down there, I could explain it to you?
I got a great story.
I said no. I said nothing. I said I don't want no grease or anything. Just plain rice.
Don't want no grease.
Don't want no grease. No hair. No bother. That's not my fault. It's a new person. You don't want the Chinese food anymore.
What? So anyway, some business must have called her yesterday and volunteered, said, hey, we'll cook Howard's food, we'll deliver it and stuff. So Gorilla calls them back. Mm-hmm. And every other word out of his mouth was the F word. And he's talking, it's a new...
Yeah, I know.
No.
He can't articulate himself.
He's going, the F in other place didn't do the F in this.
I was pissed. The guy...
I don't want you ordering food from listeners.
Listen,
I don't want that. I know where I want you to get the food. I will send Gary down there, who will now be in charge of my food.
But you haven't...
You're off...
I can't help if he puts butter in the rice.
It's the Peter principle. You rose...
Can't you check?
Watch Gary. Watch.
I would gladly sit there and watch him cook it.
Excuse me. Ralph, explain to him how to get it done. Here, listen to Ralph, and I'll show you why Ralph is valuable. I don't care what it...
If it was up to me to do it, when he got it, I would open it up and check it and make sure it's right before you plop it down.
You would make it, check it if it's right.
Do you want me opening up your food and breathing all over it?
No, but you could stand there while the guy prepares it. Let me see the rice. All you have to do all day is to please me. There's one thing you have to do to please me. Excuse me 1 second.
I got to tell him.
No, excuse me.
He did it wrong. One day he actually ordered the exact same thing, which was perfect.
Right.
And he opened it up, and he started eating it.
And I stopped right away.
Right.
And he gave it to you.
Right. He knew it was wrong, and he gave it to me.
I stopped right away, and I was eating it. I said, "This isn't what you want." And I went back, and I came back to the office and said, "You don't like this, right?"
No,
And
no,
he said,
no.
He said, "It tastes good."
Let me tell you something. I was already eating. I'm like a wolf when I get off there. I got to eat stuff that I've talked for 5 hours straight. At that point, it's the wrong time to ask me.
I took 2 bites, and I realized it wasn't.
So go back down and get a new one.
I would gladly do that. You were already eating it. You said this is too delicious.
Tell him how to do it, Ralph. Explain it to him again. Tell him how to do it. Explain it to him. Go to Ralph for advice. You'd be surprised. Ralph could help you. Ralph knows how to serve.
I've tried to actually a couple of times. I've recommended what he do.
But Gorilla is in big trouble because listen, I've narrowed it down to one thing. Gorilla has to pick up lunch.
He can't even do that.
He can't get. So what am I going to use him for?
He wanted another place. It took a while to find a Chinese place that made it that early and that did what you wanted.
Gorilla.
Explain to him.
Listen to me. When your boss has a problem, you want to make sure that you fix it.
Exactly.
Not that you spend 5 weeks fixing it.
You want lunch by 10 o'clock. Okay, not everybody starts cooking lunch at 10 o'clock.
Wait, Ralph is going to help you. Ralph is going to help you. Listen to Ralph. Ralph, go ahead. Help him.
There's a place that you know that he likes that I told you about.
And that place doesn't make lunch before 10:30.
Okay, 10 o'clock. So what you do is you call him up. You say, listen, I need the same thing every day for the next 6 years. I need the same thing. Can you get in? Can you? Because I'm sure they're there. Calm down. So they don't pick up the phone before 10.
What did I tell you?
You call them at 2 o'clock.
Let me ask you something, bro. Never mind that.
Didn't I tell you the other day that he should go personally and visit them?
Of course. Listen to me. How do buildings get built? Explain it to me. I'm going to ask you a question. How do buildings get built?
Well, I guess they have to design something through the architect.
Right.
And then they have to go to a construction company that can...
Right. Answer seriously. I'm asking you a question.
They have to go to a construction company that can
Everyone complains I don't talk to them. Here, now I'm going to talk to you. How does a building get built? They go to architect, then they go to construction.
And then they have to go to the city to get permits, and then they have to go to a place to get material.
That he can do.
That you can do. All right, so you could build a building.
You want a building?
How do movies get made? In a general sense.
I would say a script would have to be developed first. And then you have to pitch it to a movie company, and if they like it, they would accept the script, and they would fund it, and then that company would also in turn get people to work for the movie.
All right, so let me explain something to you. So far, you've proven to me you can build a building and you can make movies, and yet you still don't know how to get lunch. Out of all the knowledge you have acquired.
How long have I been getting you lunch?
What?
3 years?
What?
3 years.
Yeah, but I keep it the same. As soon as I change it, you go into a tailspin.
That's not my fault. When you get someone new to make you lunch, it's like you gotta make sure.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get my own lunch.
And not Gansey, Gorilla.
Doesn't matter. They're interchangeable.
He doesn't understand.
I do understand. I'm willing. I don't care.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make it your fault. See, when you
I know it's
say
my
it's
fault.
not your fault, then you can give it away.
It's my fault that I went down and told the guy no butter.
You don't know how to articulate what the lunch should be. I want you to say something. I want you to understand something. On the scale of problems in the world, it's not a big problem. You understand?
And I want to do a good job for it. I want to get everything right.
The thing is, I'm trying to incorporate you, make you a valuable employee.
And I'm
trying to give you something that you could do that you would shine at. So I said, what could Gorilla shine at? I know, getting lunch.
And I've done it for 3 years.
And by the way, I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that I looked at your abilities. I looked over your resume again. And you can ask Kathy. I had to pull your letter that you sent us and the resume. I looked it over. I said, what could my man Gorilla do? He's been very loyal. And I looked through the list of possibilities. I said, he's the man to get my lunch. All right?
That's fine. I accept
and
the
don't take it as a negative. My lunch is very important to me.
I absolutely believe it's important, and I don't think it's a demeaning job.
Right. And now, I don't know, you're having trouble with it.
3 years.
So I'm going to go back, I'm going to read your letter again, because I'm going to put Gary on lunch. I'm going to see if I can find something else for you to do. Could a mop fit by your buttocks? Maybe you could mop up.
The point is, I've done it for 3 years, and I'll still do it. And
all right, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe today's lunch will go better.
There's nothing wrong with your willingness. It's just the execution that's a problem.
All right, listen, I hope that this has been a good lesson for the intern.
I don't think Angie learned anything.
No. Angie didn't.
Angie learned nothing.
You asked Angie to help you. I mean, listen, my assistant Laura couldn't believe it. She says, I said to him, hey, would you drive in? We'll pay for your parking, but once a week. I got to think about it.
Oh, he was talking about this in the office yesterday. Yeah,
what was he saying?
He's going, well, they want me to, be delivery boy and stuff.
When did this discussion
Did Kathy not say anything to you yesterday? In the office, yeah?
How would he know about it?
Congratulations.
What? And you said, well, I don't know. They want me to be a delivery boy.
Yeah, I have to think about it. I said I told him I was...
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something? Let me take another thing, Gagey. Why do you discuss my business with Kathy and anyone else? How come he knows about it?
Someone else brought it up. I don't know.
How would someone else know about it?
I don't know. Somebody brought it up to me.
Oh, yeah? And how would they know about it?
I have no idea. I kept my mouth shut. Why would I tell anybody about it?
I don't know. Just keep my business quiet.
Of course I do. I never say anything.
But listen to the way he phrases it. They want me to be a delivery boy.
No! That's not my words.
Let me ask you something.
The one way I could think about this is if I had to take the train every day in, and you said, I will pay for your parking, you could drive in, I would be there in 2 seconds.
Of course. Listen to me, Kreskin. All right? Because you read people's minds so well. Let me tell you something. Do what you have to do, because you're out of my picture right now. What do? You have your job with me, you have that camera job, and you think you're in the world of television now. But remember, you're not in any world of television. You're in the world of Howard. That's
they
it.
always forget what world they're in.
You forget the world. I see him back there. He's hanging out with the E guys.
You always have to explain to them what world they're in.
He thinks he's in television somehow.
He did do a good job with Stuttering John's Tony and Tina's wedding.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get Tony and Tina's feet, or he got the head?
I think he got the head.
All right, very good.
And I got the
I'll look that
phone
over.
thing.
Good.
Come on, I'm
All
good.
right, good.
You never say when I'm good on the air. You always say when I'm bad.
When are your parents going to throw you another party? When will you do for that? That was a great party.
Why,
See, they have learned the art of complimenting Ganji on absolutely nothing.
I know
I never
he's a
get
hero.
complimented. That was the first time my whole life I was complimented.
His parents throw him a big party because he graduated at Delphi. I guarantee you, an CW Post, an aide could graduate CW
With
Post.
a degree he can't use for anything.
Right.
They're giving him a huge party.
What degree did you get?
A BFA in communication arts.
A BFA?
Yeah. Big fat I knew that was coming.
Ganji was born. His first duty, they threw a block party. His parents.
What is a BFA?
Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Bachelor of Fine
Arts. Ooh.
I didn't realize. Well, then I take everything back.
Finer arts.
I didn't realize you were so qualified. Very good with your college degree. What is it, Papa Fui? I must take a break here.
Okay, I just had Steve's original letter and original resume.
Wow.
Well, let me look at Steve's resume. Maybe there's something I can...
you can find something else for him.
Papa Flunky. Look at this. Oh, he sent me his Hunter College.
Hunter.
Look at this. What is this? What is this? What did you send here?
See.
That is an evaluation?
Oh, no, that's not my resume.
That's your evaluation?
That's the thing that the school sends.
Please respond to the following statements by circling the appropriate number.
What is
Is reliable in getting to work on time and keeping engagements. Always. Dependable in fulfilling assignments. I like this thing. They have always, usually, sometimes, rarely, not observed. Well, he has all fours, which means always. Steve has been a great asset to the show. I can't give him a high enough grade. Oh, Gary gave him this grade.
Yes, that's Gary's evaluation of him.
Oh, I see.
Wait a second. Just so you know, Howard, the girl is a good kid, but in rare exceptions, everybody gets the highest grade just for showing up.
Right. Let's see. Here's Gorilla's letter to me.
Oh, come on, man.
I am going to try to get right to the point.
And that's going to be difficult, apparently.
Can I have that, please?
My name is Steve Grillo. I'm 19 and attending my second semester at Hunter College. I have not declared a major yet, but I am leaning toward communications. I am writing, W-R-I-T-T-I-N-G, 2 T's.
I'm writing.
This letter, hoping you will feel my sincerity. S-I-N-C-E-R-E-T-Y.
Feel my sincerity.
I am an avid listener of the Howard Stern Show. I have already submitted a resume. I love the word resume. You know how you're supposed to put a little...
Accenting Q.
An accenting mark over the M or the E? It's the E, I think it is in resume.
E, yes.
Yeah. He put it over the U. He wasn't even close.
Ooh.
Resume. I can't read this. This is too painful.
Thank you.
Continue.
I didn't want to give you... This is why he's writing it. He writes it in hand, not type. I didn't want to give you some typed-up phony letter. I want to be straightforward with you. No bull. I am very interested in becoming a radio broadcaster.
Put no bull in the letter?
Yeah.
No bull.
I know that you just don't jump into a position like that. I know you have to start out at the bottom.
What position is yours?
I don't know. What position were you looking for in radio?
Some type of internship.
I wake up every day listening to the show thinking about the experience, E-X-P-I-E-R-E-N-C-E,
Experience.
I could get from being an intern. Like I said before, I know I have to start out at the bottom, and what a better place to start out at the bottom than with a show that's on top.
Oh, boy.
I know I can tell you what a hardworking and devoted person I am, but I'm sure you hear that all the time. I'm also sure people are there just to say that they work for the Howard Stern Show. I'm not looking for fame right now. I'm looking to learn. I have this desire inside of me that eats at me every day.
Maybe it got your lunch, Howard.
Yeah, it ate my lunch. I'm sure you know how I feel. I know the sacrifices that have to be taken, and I'm more than willing to take them.
The sacrifices. The sacrifices working with you.
I know. I know I'm going out on a limb to tell you this now. I've taken too much of your time already.
That was on line 1.
I'm taking too much of your time.
No bull.
I feel I have to do this. When I first didn't get a response from when I submitted my first resume, I have to admit I was disappointed. I tried to put it out of my mind. Steve couldn't get a job for free. I tried to put it out of my mind, but I couldn't. Something inside of me keeps telling me not to give up.
It was eating me.
So I'm a dedicated person.
My only hope is this letter. I'm asking you to...
Wouldn't you be scared to hire this person?
We were. That's why we rejected him the first time. It was unbelievable.
I didn't send that. I sent
we hired ex-cons instead of you.
At the first try.
First try, Basil got it. Did you have any trouble getting... Basil, what's on your lips, man?
What?
I don't
You're
know.
looking a little shiny today.
Yeah, what's all that? Is that chapstick?
Yeah.
Damn, it makes you look scarier than ever.
You're supposed to put it on your lips, not on your upper mouth.
Yeah, he's got it on his beard.
Yeah, it looks like a mustache. A
Dude,
chapstick
yeah.
mustache.
All right, thanks. A minstrel show. Hey, Mammy.
So it got me here, didn't it?
If I didn't work out, at least I know I've tried. Gary, I'm asking you one more thing. Please don't leave me hanging. Good or bad, I'd like to know what the story is, or I just may go crazy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's too late.
Even if you can't use me now, I would like to know. I'll be ready anytime. I can't tell you how much I would appreciate a call back or a letter as soon as possible. And there you are, and that's how you became the famous Steve Gorilla.
Didn't Gary come to you and say we got no applications? We're going to have to take that nut with the letter? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bull crap.
It's true.
It's true.
Eat me, Jackie.
All right, but you're here.
Eat me.
All right, everybody now can leave. I hope this has been some lesson. And Ganji, don't worry about it. I won't pressure you anymore into anything. You're done with me.
Don't worry, there will be no more requests.
That's right. Grillo and Chris, and of course, Wacky back
Basil.
there. The great Basil. Let's just
Can you make a plea?
Yeah.
After my 8 years of illustrious undergraduate work,
yes.
Can I please have a job at some point?
Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something? What university do you go to?
I go to Columbia University.
Right. You blow all these guys out the door. Columbia. Where do you go, Chris?
Community college, but that's not, I happen to think just because he goes to Columbia doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's a nice credential.
Calm down.
It means a little bit. I mean, he got in, obviously.
Chris came up to me and complained about our sports program.
About Columbia's?
He goes, yeah, Columbia. Nice football team. And I was like, community college, nice life.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
These two hate each other because each one thinks they're better than the other?
And same thing with Vic, too, all three.
I know, it's all three of you.
Where does Vic go to school?
Chris, you think you got a better academic credential than him?
I don't say academically. I mean, I'm sure just because of the school, it brings it down a little
I
bit.
think personally he thinks he's smart.
What do you go to, community college?
What community college?
What community college do you go to?
Generic community college. Just DC.
What do you mean? It's just called community college?
No, it's Union County College.
Union County College? Are you going to argue academic credentials with this guy?
I could, I think.
Really?
I think that what Chris is saying...
Gorilla, show him the application.
Wait.
He could have gone anywhere.
That makes me less of a...
Hey, Chris, move over a little bit to this side so you don't block my camera.
But what he's saying is he could have gone anywhere. He chose to go to community college.
Yeah, right. Oh, you mean Harvard called you, but you decided to go to community college?
I turned him down. I said, let me go to this 2-year school route.
How can you argue with Basil? How can you argue with Basil?
Program.
How can you argue with Basil
I'm
about
not
college?
arguing, but when he thinks, well, he started first with, you go here and I go to Columbia. Well, I said, I'm not going to, I got to knock him down.
Who started? Gorilla, who started this whole thing?
He's always like, he walks around with his nose in the air in the back. Yeah, you do. And they're just like...
And exhaling heavily.
Yeah.
No, he's always annoyed.
Yeah.
Always annoyed. What is it, Stuttering John?
Here comes Curly.
Don't knock don't block my camera, please.
I'm trying not to. Chris and Stutter and Vic go at it all the time. It's pretty funny.
Is that right?
Yeah, Chris is very hostile towards most.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to prepare for you guys. I'm going to have Basil, Vic, and Chris play Jeopardy.
Yes, finally. Finally.
And I will decide who is the smartest.
If I could say,
I have been wanting this for a while.
If I could say, Basil's definitely the most non-confrontational intern we have.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I will...
That record will do that to you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that criminal conviction will do it.
You can make somebody snap, though, any second.
And when Basil says that, watch out.
Wow. I tell you what I'll do.
Basil is a convict and got into Colombia. Chris, you should be ashamed of yourself.
She's saying that Basil has a criminal record and he's in Colombia.
Union County turned me away because of my record.
But boy, can those community college people play football.
Yeah, Basil, I mean,
boy, the squash program at Union County kicks your ass.
Chris, you can't argue academic credentials with a guy from Colombia.
But just
I wouldn't even dare do that.
When the two of us graduate, does that make him more qualified?
Yes.
Of course it does.
Of course it does, man.
If you guys go for the same job and I see Columbia and community college, you think I'm going to talk to the Columbia guy ahead of you?
I'll come in with a ball and chain and a community resume from Columbia, and you can come in a suit and a Union County piece of paper here.
Chris, you really think that you've got a better credential than him?
I'm not saying it's a better credential. I'm just saying you don't judge a person on just their.
What else?
You judged me on being a convict the first minute I was in here.
I was busting you.
What else? But what else? If I was an employer and you guys don't really have much work experience, what else would I judge you on? Except for your academic credential. You're both equally scary.
So he wins on that, I guess.
I mean, you're both...
You're telling me you think an A from Union County is as good as an A from Columbia?
Well, honestly, I've never gotten one of those.
I'm not going to say that, no.
No?
But
yeah, I mean, get with it.
I'm going to defend the college I go to. I'm not going to.
Don't even try.
All right.
It's community college.
How many in those troops? Two?
That's the 13th grade. Your SATs must have been ridiculous.
Why are you in community college?
What were your SATs?
I think you were 1050.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you have to take care of your mother or something?
What happened? I mean, what happened? You couldn't get into any other school?
No, I got into a 4-year school, and it didn't suit me. I was working at the time.
What was it?
Here we go.
Chris thought he was too good for the 4-year school.
I was walking around with a chip on my shoulder, my nose in the air.
All right,
What was the 4-year school?
What's that?
What was the 4-year school?
It was Kane College, which is...
Oh, Kane College. Oh, why didn't you say so? You must have been an academic disaster.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
This show wrecked my life, though.
They didn't have a very good basketball team. They went to Union County.
Union County. And he argues with you?
All the time. He'll just walk in. He'll just walk in the office, and I'll be sitting there doing articles, working.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And I just walk in, nonchalant, right?
And Chris walks in.
He's all pissed.
So bad. Heard you on the air the other day.
Oh, my Scott? What are you doing?
Well, Chris gets upset because he's not on the air. I know you get really burned up when everyone else gets on the air but you.
No, I'm not talking about you, Baz. Baz.
All right, well, there you go. All right, we have to take a break.
Whew, what a mess.
All right, listen, I will have Intern Jeopardy. We'll prove who's the best intern. Ganji, there's no straightening you out. And Gorilla, I'm sorry I had to take away your lunch detail. Well, I'll try and find something else for you to do, right?
But it's eating at me.
All right.
Is there a safety net that Gorilla can't fall through?
I keep trying to find stuff for him to do.
He can't even get the heater on in the morning.
No. Well, then we gave him a job. You want to hear this? I got to just say this, then I'll break, I swear.
Oh, no.
So I said, Gorilla's a failure at getting my lunch. So I said, okay.
Yes.
We give him an assignment. It's very cold in the back office. There's no heat back there. Because this company, by the way, is not doing very well, so they can't find a heating system.
Can't pay the bill.
Right. So it's very cold back there. So we got a space heater. So me and Ralph say to Gorilla, tell you what, put the space heater on.
Before you get in.
Before we get in, since he gets in first. Okay, that I can do. No problem. There's no problem. All right. First day we get in there, what happens, Ralph?
It's not on.
Right. So we call Gorilla and we say, listen, the space heater's not on. He goes, I put it on. I turned it on. It wasn't on there.
No,
that mic doesn't work.
That was after after 3 times of not turning it on. He's like, I turned it on, and we go inside, and it's not plugged in.
Yeah, he did turn it on, but he didn't check to see if it was plugged in.
He didn't know it wasn't on.
It was plugged in when I left. I didn't know it.
Gorilla, see, your problem is you don't check your work. Like, you don't check the rice to make sure it's not oily. You don't check the heater to make sure it's on.
I would give you more important responsibilities. It's just I got to find one that you can do first, an easy one, and then once you do that, once you do,
Go
Chris,
check
what are
your
you
berry.
talking about?
What's that?
Your mouth is moving, but you're not saying anything.
Yeah,
Chris is really
he's
sick.
got a real, he's got a problem about thinking and talking at the same time.
I do?
His thoughts come out of his mouth all the time.
You were just talking and nothing was going on.
Yeah.
Check the camera.
Was I?
Yeah, you move your mouth like you're talking, and then you...
Howard, one time we're in the back, and I said, Chris, what did you say? He goes, nothing. I said, you said something. He goes, I did not. I said, you said something. He goes, well, I was just thinking it. I didn't mean to say it.
I didn't say that. Maybe it was too early.
Somebody cover me. I'm going to try and get out of here. All right, listen. I love all you guys. You're all great guys. Chris, you go talk to yourself. Basil, good luck with your convictions. Gorilla, I'll find something for you to do because you know what? Your heart's in the right place. I know you try. It's just, and you know what? Putting on the heater, that's not that easy. I recognize that.
Sometimes you come in late, you're running around, and it's just like, if it's freezing back there, I make sure it's
perfectly reasonable.
I'm always out. I'm always looking out.
It was too much. Now Ralph handles it. It's okay. We've taken care of it. You don't have to get the lunch, and you don't have to put on the heater. But I'm going to find something else for you to do. I swear, before you leave here, you are going to have something to do. Okay? Don't get nervous.
You know, there was something else.
He's trying to keep people off my
Hey, Gorilla, get away.
There was something else I asked him to do.
What was that?
You know how, like, at the end of the show...
You tell me to do it, because I don't like taking orders from him.
Go ahead.
See, that's it. If I ask...
What did you ask him to do? What did you ask him to do?
He doesn't understand. It's for you. To give you those wipes to, when we're done with the show, to wipe off your makeup.
Yeah, but that's hard for him.
All day.
That's hard for him.
And I said, you know, when you put down his lunch,
Ralph tried to come up with a job for Gorilla, because Ralph likes Gorilla.
Yeah.
So he says, hey, Howard always forgets to take his makeup off. So why don't you hand him the wipes to take the makeup off?
When you're doing the lunch.
I'm never back there.
But he's back there with the lunch, and it gets him confused.
No, I got, like...
But now that I took off the lunch, maybe you can hand me the wipes. All right?
You think you can do the wipe?
I got to give him something to do. He feels useless.
Have him start with the lights, maybe. Flip it on and off.
You want to flip the lights on?
Sure.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. You do. You're in charge of the lights.
Go ahead, huh? See if you can do it.
One day, he brought in the wipes, and he plugged in the heater, and he ended up the wipes were in the rice. Got all confused with 3 jobs at once.
That's too much.
All right, listen. Let's take a break. Everyone's obviously a little agitated. There's been a lot of critiquing going on. And we'll take a break. When we come back, listen, I'll get Intern Jeopardy together, and you guys can finally decide who's the best, okay? All right.
That'd be great.
Gorilla, don't worry. We'll find you something to do. All right?
You're not in Intern Jeopardy. Don't worry.
And you don't have to take part in that. Certainly Ganji doesn't. He's a very big star. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. All right, thank you. All right, Jackie New Rave Joke Page Martling, by the way, congratulations on the big hit of the season, the Wild Comedy CD cassette that you have. Only $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Wednesday night, Jackie at Rascals Comedy Club. That's November 23rd in West Orange, New Jersey. For jokes and info, why don't you call this number? Use your finger, 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. Everyone very excited about Jackie and all his good fortune. All of Jackie's projects. Jackie Puppet back there, making himself known. Jackie Puppet is missing 3 of his fingers.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know why?
I used my finger.
Use them up.
Hey, what do you call 4 women in a revolving door at Bloomingdale's?
What?
Yidlock.
I was in a big meeting with the E! Network yesterday, you know, and I brought up I'm working on a special. That's all I'm going to say. I'm working on a puppet special. It's a holiday special. I don't know what holiday it's going to come out, but it's going to feature. It's going to feature all the puppets. Like there'll be Howard Puppet, Robin Puppet, of course Jackie Puppet, who is such a big star. How you doing, Jackie Puppet?
What do you call? What goes 10, 9, 8, 7?
What?
Bo Derek getting old. Come on. So stupid. What do you call a stork that brought Gary's baby?
What?
A dope peddler.
There you go. Right.
Got a little problem? That always gets them.
You really know how to please a crowd, don't you?
An ill wind.
Robin, I noticed you're not laughing at Jackie Pup. You know that gets him angry.
I know. He laughs more when you don't laugh.
Laugh or I'll wrap your leg around your head and jumpstart you.
He works those jokes.
He sure does. He sure knows how to work those jokes.
Angry, vicious puppet.
I haven't talked to you in a while. What have you been up to? Okay. I get you.
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Cry and you wet your tie.
So true, wise one. Is that what Confucius say?
Oh, yeah, Confucius say. Think impression.
Do your black impression. Everyone loves that. Go ahead.
Now, look at here.
Here you go.
That baby must be made of soot. my Chinese is better, though.
Go ahead, let me hear your Chinese impression.
Holy smoky!
All right, there you go. For your talent.
Hey, do a good Irishman.
Yeah, a cable snaps on a bridge. Guy in his car plummeted into the river. Rescue team pulls him out just in time. Saves his ass. The medics say to him, "Mister, you gotta be the luckiest man alive." Guy says, "Yeah, when did Greg Kinnear die?"
There you go. He breaks himself up. He really does. Whoops. Oh, there you go.
You laughed a little too hard. I'm surprised more doesn't come out.
There you go.
I'm laughing up. I laughed when you came in.
All right, there you go.
There he goes, berating the audience again for not laughing.
Sirianni, more joke cards.
All right, Jackie Puppet. Well, it's good to have you here today. Obviously, it's always fun when the Jackie Puppet's in the room.
In whenever you feel.
Jackie Puppet in the house. You know what? I got to take a short break. Let me come back, and we have a million things to tell you about what's going on.
Anybody coming in today?
No one coming in today, but we'll be hearing shortly from Pamela Anderson, who, of course, yesterday, Robin, I revealed that she had been in an article in the Globe magazine. Of course, the beautiful blonde from Baywatch, they were saying that she was addicted to heroin.
Yes.
And she will respond to the charges.
Excellent.
Never want to shy away from controversy. So we got a hold of her. Her publicist said to Gary, does Howard really believe that Pamela's on heroin? And Gary said, well, he doesn't know what to believe. He read it in the Star. You don't know, the Globe or whatever it was. She said because, Howard did say that he finds Pamela more sexy now that she's on heroin. I said, well, if she is on heroin, I do find that very sexy because she'd be very easy to get into bed.
Yeah, all you think is that a woman who would do that would do anything in bed.
I don't think she's going to mind my genitals being involved with her if, she's shooting up. But anyway, Pamela would like to speak to the audience because she knows we have a worldwide audience.
Yeah.
And she would like to address the charges, which, of course, I'm always happy to have her do.
Certainly.
It does make them sexier.
It does?
Yeah, I like to hump them after they OD.
You're wild.
You've really done that, haven't you?
I'd get horny for Louis Anderson on drugs. Louis Anderson.
Jackie
Louis Anderson. Is this on?
Hey, Jackie Puppet, don't worry. You don't have to worry. Oh, he's drinking beer. All right, Jackie Puppet. Hey, Jackie Puppet.
Party in my house.
Let me ask you something. Jackie Puppet, have you ever done heroin?
Done heroin? I snorted it.
All right.
Oh, look at me go down.
He's nodding.
You're nodding out? Jackie Puppet.
Impression of himself on
Need
heroin.
some coke to level off.
So you've been involved in drugs as Jackie has. But drugs don't seem to affect your performance, do they? You're still up. He's drinking beer, I'm sorry.
Oh, shut up. Do you ever get high?
Who's that?
Stop with the stupid black joke for a second. And answer my question. Have you ever gotten high?
So my head is hanging low.
It's very. You better let me answer the question.
Okay.
I seem to get through to him.
No, do you ever get high before a performance?
Hi. Is there any other way?
All right, very good. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, Jackie Puppet will join us, and we have a lot of different things to say. All right, we'll be back.
With the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Who is this?
Stuttering John.
Now, this song rules.
What is it?
It's Stuttering John.
No, I meant what cut? I'll have to listen to this. This is good.
I know, when he sings, he ruins it. He's a good musician. That's good. That is good.
I'd like this without words.
Is this really Stuttering John? Where is that song? I got to hear what he sings. How does he mess that up?
How does he mess it up? Because I was sitting here saying, you know, that doesn't need any words.
Yeah, you don't need words for that.
That rocks.
That rules. Next record, gag him.
Throw something in his mouth.
Do you know the name of the song, Fred? It's either Daddy's Money or Guilt.
You know the track number on that?
Yeah, try number 6.
Nope.
Daddy's Money? Yeah, that was 5. You got to go to 6.
I don't know why this thing jumps 5630500 for showtime. Don't miss Stuttering John, starring in Tony and Tina's Wedding. And to order a signed copy of Stuttering John's incredible debut CD, call 201-942-OUCH. If you're looking for a DJ for your office Christmas party, call Scott the Engineers, Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Many dates still available. And we'll see you tomorrow.